At 170 pounds, there's a long list of very, very talented contenders. At the very top of that list are Jorge Masvidal and Demian Maia. Demian Maia has been at the top of the heap for a long time now and has been patiently awaiting his title shot.
Takedown successful. This is bad.
This is where he finished Matt Brown.
Demian Maia chokes out on it.
Right now, this 6 in a row, I'm just so happy.
Everybody knows that, I was supposed to fight for the title. UFC asked me to fight this fight. They said me that I need to keep active to get a title fight. So I said, okay, let's fight.
If I'm Demian Maia, I'm like, this sucks, man. They gave me the axe. I'm the guy that the UFC calls when they no longer like somebody. I'm definitely not stealing the title shot. I'm just completely taking it from him.
He's a striker, and I'm a grappler. I need to take him down and get in a good position and get a choke or armbar or a footlock, wherever.
This is a bad fight for Maia because Maia can't fight. Maia can grapple. I possess the tools to stop him in the grappling department and then do as I please on the feet.
I can win this fight standing up. If you underestimate your opponent, you're gonna pay the price.
I'm gonna show the world how great I am against Demian because that's one of the best grapplers in the world. I just defeated one of the best strikers in the whole world in Donald Cerrone at 170 pounds.
Cerrone in a world of trouble here. Masvidal working the body, and that is it. Masvidal with a career-defining win in Denver.
If you like violence, if you wanna see somebody get hurt, then you watch me fight because that's all I am is violence.
Well, if you have a son, you can do worse than naming him Gamebred. I'm not sure there's a more appropriate nickname for any fighter on the roster. Here he is, number 5 now in the world, 44th professional fight for Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Yeah, he is one of the most overlooked but most talented guys in the UFC. And I think that the coming out party, the real big one was the Donald Cerrone KO. Because it was in Donald's hometown, and it was a big, big win for Jorge Masvidal, and a really definitive victory. Jorge is he's a great combination of all those things. He's a great striker, he's a great grappler, he transitions well between them, and he's just got a great fighter's mindset. He's an incredibly strong-willed individual, and he understands that this is his time. This is a huge opportunity for a guy that feels that he's been overlooked. Also an important point is that he's moving up from 155 to 170, and that's where he's having his big success. Demian Maia is coming down. Originally 185, now 170, so one is a huge 170. The other one is a guy who's just a little bit too big for 155.
I think that's a salient point, DC. I mean, Maia should have the strength advantage here tonight, but Masvidal, you know the man, he takes on all comers.
Yeah, he takes on all comers, but how about Jorge Masvidal showing up at the press conference in all black with the gold accessory, then straight out of Miami to the Scarface Steve. This dude is embracing the bad guy. He's like, love me, hate me, watch me perform. He said the UFC wants him to take care of the riffraff. They don't want Maia anywhere around the title, so they matched him up with Jorge Gamebred. Masvidal's a guy that just loves to fight, man. I love the way that he is approaching the game lately. You can see it in his confidence, the way that he talks, the way that he walks. He is 100% sure that this is his time. Sometimes it takes people time. He believes right now is his chance and his time to be the best in the UFC.
And when it comes to his striking game for years, guys, everything has worked off the jab. But, Joe, we have seen an increase in the aggression from Masvidal the last several fights.
And you also have seen an increase in his confidence, and I think that's a big factor as well. And the momentum that he has, he realizes that now is his time to shine. That said, he's taking on, in my opinion, the greatest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner to ever compete in mixed martial arts. It's between him and maybe Jacare Souza. In terms of like performances in actual Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is a multiple-time world champion. I mean, just an unbelievable pressure passer. A guy who has such rock-solid Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique that you watch him take apart guys like Carlos Condit, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt on the ground. A guy who's really good at the game, like Matt Brown, just strangles him, gets a hold of him, and squeezes the life out of him in a way that you can't imagine someone doing. He treats black belts like they're white belts.
You know, Demian Maia is a guy that, as fast as it can go sideways against Jorge Masvidal, when stuff starts to go south against Demian Maia, it goes really south.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you're choked out. For years, people were so mad at John Fitch. Like, oh, he keeps taking him down. Maia, John Fitch. And Don would have hit him on the ground. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Carlos Condit lasted a minute with Demian Maia. When he choked out Rick Story, it looked like he squeezed blood from his nose.
Yeah.
It was so tight. He won't rush anything. He'll take you back. He'll make you work. And the moment something presents itself, it's over. This guy right here, man, is at the peak of his career, and he's 38 years old.
39.
39
And he's
years
one
old.
of the last real specialists.
Yes.
You're not talking about a guy who's going to throw wheel kicks. What he's going to do is get the clinch, drag you to the ground. He doesn't even really want to punch you. He's only punched you to open up choke.
Sometimes he just shoots.
Yeah.
It's not the best shots. Hey, Hoist Gracie used to just shoot. And when he would get him down, he would submit him. And Demian Maia still does that today.
And defensively, he has absorbed 13 significant strikes in his last 39 minutes combined inside the octagon.
That's
so
insane.
Masvidal certainly
That
a
is
guy
insane.
that can change that math a little bit tonight. But Demian Maia trying to make it 7 straight wins and realize his second UFC title fight. What a fight here tonight. Welterweight title eliminated. And we are just about ready to go with that backdrop. Here's your tail of the tape. Demian Maia will be 40 in November. Jorge Masvidal is 32. Maia 2 inches taller. He weighed in 170 and a hook, 171 for Masvidal. Game bred with a reach advantage of 2 inches. All right, now for the particulars inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer holding a professional record, 32 wins, 11 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, presenting the number 5 welterweight contender in the world, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 24 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting the 3-time World Cup Jiu-Jitsu champion and the number 3 ranked welterweight contender in the world, Demian Maia! And when the action begins, a referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley, our referee. It has been 8 years and 22 fights since Jorge Masvidal was submitted. That, of course, the goal for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner Demian Maia tonight. Maia, the southpaw, in black trunks.
Masvidal just shook off the hand touch. It's like, no. We're here to fight.
Demian Maia is one of the only guys that really hasn't abandoned, you know, his roots. He's still a jiu-jitsu guy, and because of that, Joe, he's a hero. Like, the people in the jiu-jitsu community love Demian Maia because he's so true to who he is.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, he's the last example of a real throwback. Look at that. I mean, immediately shoots, ties you up, just pulls guard, and his takedown attempts, he chains them together. He's unbelievably physically strong because you're dealing with a guy that fought at 185 pounds his entire career, and he's just shocking in his ability to tie you up. And look at this, he gets a hold of the leg, and Masvidal's defending it off very well so far.
Masvidal has already done better than previous opponents of Maia during this recent run. Perhaps that guillotine attempt maybe got Maia's attention.
When Maia has a hold of you, you're in danger. And this is what's going on right now. Maia's got a hold of him, and he's getting his back.
That's the issue, Joe. You know, a lot of us, as fighters, we stand up by giving our back to get to the fence.
Yep.
Against Demian, you can't do that because he finds a way to get a hook in, and once he gets a hook in, then you're in trouble.
Injustice 2, fight is your favorite DC heroes and villains in the Ultimate Superpowered Showdown, available Tuesday on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
He's got his back and he's got the body triangle. Jorge Masvidal right now is in deep trouble. I mean, he's going to do his level best, defend and be patient, but this is not where he wants to be. He's carrying Demian Maia's weight. It's easy for Demian to hold this position. He's got the butterfly behind the back leg. He's got the body triangle locked in tight. This constricts the breathing of Jorge Masvidal. And if Jorge makes a mistake, an arm is going under his neck and he's going to go to sleep.
But what does Demian have to do to get him back down to the ground? Because as much as he's comfortable, he doesn't need to put him down.
He just has to grab his neck. Like, this is a battle right now. This is terrible. This is terrible.
This is
He's
where
got it across the face. He doesn't even need to go under your chin. He'll choke you unconscious through your eyeballs. I mean, you're dealing with a completely different level of squeeze. There's levels to jiu-jitsu, and Demian Maia is one of the highest levels of all time.
Yeah. Masvidal's doing a good job of controlling Maia's left hand.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, so that when Maia goes under the chin or across the face, he cannot get his hands locked to either start dragging him back down to the ground or start looking for a choke.
But Demian will switch to the left hand then. Good defense. So far, excellent defense by Masvidal. And as long as he keeps Demian pressed up against the cage, he doesn't really have to worry about carrying his weight. And if you look at where Damian's leg is, it's not constricting his breathing right now.
And because of the way Damian's last few fights have gone, John, you wonder if Masvidal's like, okay, I'm in trouble, but the fights, I lose this round, it's fine. Will Demian have the energy to get a takedown like he did at the beginning of this round? Because he took a lot of energy to get him down.
Demian went sideways. He switched a little, and now he's making him, he's trying to drag him down here. Now he popped back up. He just has to get his hands together. If he gets his hands together, Masvidal's in trouble.
And Masvidal's doing a good job of actually controlling the top hand so that Demian cannot attack his choke.
Yeah, excellent defense so far, but I mean, this is like watching a snake trying to swallow its prey.
Few men able to survive with Demian Maia on their back for this long. It's going to be a long minute plus here for Gamebred.
So Joe, as the top guy in Demian Maia, you know, it's like attacking a submission for long with this body triangle. Do the legs start to be a little heavier going into the second round?
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to feel this, but not too much, because the way the shin is across the thigh, he doesn't have to completely carry all of his weight. He's kind of supporting, almost like he's sitting on him. And he's carrying him also a little bit with his upper body, but he switched it. He switched the body triangle to the hooks. He went back to the traditional hooks, and now he's in danger of getting shook off. And he recognized that, went back to the body triangle. So that is probably answering your question. He probably released the body triangle because his thighs started getting tired. Now, he almost dropped down and grabbed a hold of the leg to try to pick the ankle out from underneath him. But he's still battling here. And Masvidal did a great move right there. Got that two hands on one and got that arm to the side. And he's in a position where Demian Maia's elbow is in trouble. And now he's turning, but he's on top. Oh, and he's tagging him. Maia's in big trouble.
Masvidal making these ground strikes count.
Maia right back to that half guard, though, man.
Maia back to the half guard, but doesn't have any control of the body right here. Doesn't have control of the posture. He's doing a good job defensively, ducked under that punch, so he's still got his wits about him, but he doesn't have control of Jorge Masvidal here. Masvidal ends the round on top, doing damage. Very interesting.
He's got to feel good about that.
Yes, because he survived the onslaught. And look, Demian Maia is walking back a little limping. And that might be his leg tired. His legs might be spent here.
He's tired now. We got him, George. Great deal. A drink when you're ready. Breathe. Smart feet, footwork. Now you can start letting go. He's going to be tired.
Just breathe. Hey, muévete, tírale la combina. Ya el pecho, la derecha a la cara. Ya el pecho para que él no baje. Okay? Vamos.
No começo tem que ser impositiva.
You have to be positive, so he doesn't believe and doesn't come. Always try to get him against the cage. That's where you're going to get him. Always foot on the cage and put him down. You run the round.
You know, it's interesting. I think he did win the round, but he didn't really do anything to him. You know what I mean?
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted work is illegal and punishable under law.
There was a moment where Demian
round two, ready?
came close to sinking something in, but it never really did. So it was basically just controlling position, getting a takedown, but Masvidal did some damage at the end of the round. So it makes this very interesting.
Masvidal was breathing very heavy in between rounds, and as soon as they said fight, he seems to kind of be okay, but now some tape's loose on his hand. They're going to have to cut it.
Hey, George, ofensivo, tú.
Oh, there we go.
So
Time
they
in.
came in, cut the trailing tape there on the glove of Masvidal. Back underway, 20 seconds gone by here, round 2.
Yeah, there was some deep breathing by Jorge Masvidal in between rounds, but he seems to have recovered.
And now he's fighting forward. Now he's got Maia on his back foot.
And there's that shot again, this time stuffed.
Great takedown defense by Masvidal.
And now Masvidal's nice and slippery. Good kick to the body by Masvidal. Ooh, inside leg kick. And this is dangerous for Demian Maia.
Every strike Masvidal lands, his corner just goes crazy. Because they know now they're fighting the fight that they want to fight.
Huge for Masvidal to get to that stool in round 2. Working off the jab here, another good sprawl.
Not just that, he shot and then stopped. He stopped once he realized that the sprawl, he didn't keep chaining it together like he did in the first round.
Yes, that's the difference. Because of the fatigue, he didn't pull half guard to put himself in position to try to get another kick. And he stays here.
He's getting lit up.
He's getting lit up.
He's getting lit up.
Masvidal is so clean and so fast with his technique. No wasted motions on those kicks. There's no tell. Demian Maia can't read that because there's no tell.
There's no tell, and he's standing straight up, too. Look how straight he stands.
Maia pressing down gingerly on that lead leg. Masvidal attacks again.
See, again, once he sprawls, he's not shooting. There he goes. Now he's going to half guard. Now Masvidal's in a little bit of trouble. Now it gets tricky. And
Now
Masvidal's confident.
Yep. But he's got to get those legs back. Be careful. Maia's going to try to run the pike here.
He's got loose. Oh, he nailed him. He nailed him. He hit it with a knee and another shot.
Another shot by
Desperation
Maia.
now.
Yep. And there you go, again, half guard.
Yeah, but he does not have control.
Because Maia keeps sprawling all the, Masvidal keeps sprawling all the way out.
Yep.
He keeps taking his legs all the way back, so it doesn't give Demian a chance to try to make him engage him in grappling situations.
And now Demian has a hold of the leg with one leg. He's got it slightly hooked, but it's not really enough to keep Masvidal in place.
And as long as he's flat, Masvidal is okay. It's when he starts to build up to his base where Masvidal has to worry.
Oh, now he's got him down. Now it gets interesting. 2 minutes, 34 seconds to go. Let's see if Demian can work. Look at Masvidal trying to lock up an anaconda choke. That's interesting, because he's kind of got it. You know?
Maybe not the strength discrepancy that some forecasted here with the former middleweight and former lightweight here meeting in the middle. 0 for 5 for Maia on his takedowns this round, unofficially 2 for 10 for the fight.
So he shoots a single, goes to half guard and finishes the takedown, but the takedown doesn't count. How's that work? If there is no takedowns, Joe, how are they on the ground right now?
The takedown doesn't count, like in the UFC.
Well, he just said 0 for 10, but he's out. Somebody got a takedown.
It's obviously a takedown.
It's like what? Like blink
Who
my
says
eyes or
there's no
something?
takedown? There's a takedown now.
Why is 0 for 10?
No score.
I'm putting you in charge of the takedowns now. Who more qualified to do a takedown than Daniel Cormier? Maia is behind Masvidal, but Masvidal's almost up to his feet. And if he does get up to his feet, Maia could be in trouble.
Yes,
you see a lot of blood coming out of Maia's head right now. Looks like something in the forehead. Maia drags him down again.
If Jorge Masvidal gets out of this position, that will be the worst case scenario for Demian Maia. Because he worked so hard to get here.
He's got to be exhausted. But then again, Masvidal might be exhausted too, but it's going to be easier for him to defend the takedowns than it's going to be for Masvidal to defend the strikes.
Yes.
Damian's still just trying to lace those legs. Oh, dragged him down now. Minute to go. Things are getting interesting right here. Armbar attempt, perhaps.
Masvidal has to be very careful in this position here. And not only for the submission, but also the fact that Maia's getting time to rest here. Again, he can be in this position all day. If it's a grappling, he can do this all day. He needs to make him uncomfortable where he's standing grappling or on the feet trying to strike with Jorge Masvidal.
But what Masvidal's done really well on the ground is defend himself in an impressive way. 30 seconds to go.
But again, Masvidal was so successful early in the round with the strikes. And then Maia, when he took him down, Joe, you said 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So half the round on the feet, half the round on the ground. How do you score it?
That's a very good question. Because when it comes to damage, you got to give it to Masvidal.
Yes.
Lit him up with those leg kicks, hit him with a knee, hit him with a couple of good shots. But on the ground,
it's a wash. He's winning. Maia's winning.
Masvidal intimating to watch the back of the head. 10 minutes now gone by.
very interesting headed into the third round.
Water,
Só
come on.
respira.
Just breathe.
Gelo.
Come on, get the ice on him.
Só respira, a água tá na tua mão.
Okay, breathe, water's in your hand, man.
Isso, a
Let
água
me
tá
ask
na
you
tua
this,
mão.
DC,
Só
how do you
respira.
score
Presta
this now?
atenção. Ganhou esse round.
You won this round
Virou o
again.
round no final, segura.
You
O que
turned it
precisa
around.
agora?
Now what do
Muita
we need?
inteligência, ele vai querer
You
vir
need to
pra
be
cima.
intelligent. He's going to come at you.
Galopa. Postura de dropar nível, isso que
Keep
previne ele de
changing
vir.
your levels.
Quando for entrar, tem que ser com ele perto da grade.
When you
tá?
try to take him down, it
Entrou
has to be
embaixo, não
near
para,
the
isso
edge
aí
of the
escreve, ele
cage.
tá esperando pra sprawl.
Tírale las manos, brother, saca las manos. Saca tus combinaciones, ya el upper hook, ya y tira a la derecha. Y síguele metiendo el low kick a la rodilla, que tiene dolor en la rodilla. Síguele metiendo el low kick. No te quedes parado frente a él. Si te lleva para el piso, te
DC dodging the question away.
Hey, Joe, you guys, a brother can only be wrong so many times. So once the scorecards are read, then I will tell you who I thought won. Because I have no idea. I actually have no idea because it was split right down the middle. I mean, Maia won the second half, and Masvidal won the first half. First round, I thought Maia won, but I mean, Masvidal finished on top, landing big damage. It's a crazy fight.
Well,
So
we can all
it's
agree.
possible that it could be 1-1 here.
Yes, could be 1-1 going into the third. And for Demian Maia, I feel he needs to rush that takedown again earlier in the round.
Ooh, high kick.
Because this does him no favor.
Yes, you're right. But if he does rush in, he's worried about getting clipped or something.
He's got to shoot like he did, fall to his back and get the half guard.
Oh, strong inside leg kick. Really, he might have hurt his knee there.
Yeah.
Damian's trying to, he's moving around, but it
Not
looked like
well.
his knee buckled.
Yep.
That was a strong inside leg kick. And again, the way you said it, there's no telegraphing. He just smacks those out there.
Body kick good for Masvidal as well, and a good poker face from Maia. I think you're right, Joe. I think that left leg is hurting.
But again, you know, it's like if he gets beat up for another 2.5 minutes and takes him down and does not do the damage that Masvidal does, you know, how does he expect to actually get the judges to score in his favor?
It's a really good question because he didn't come close to securing a submission in that second round. He got a good position. He was on top. But the bottom line is Masvidal's doing more damage in this position than he's doing on the ground.
Yes.
Certainly in the first round, there was more time spent in control by Maia. But again, didn't really get close to finishing.
Minute and a half gone by here in this third and final round.
This is where you need really educated judges.
Distance strikes, no surprise. All Jorge Masvidal.
So far, no takedown attempt yet by Damian, just fainting.
So what is it? Does Maia believe he won the first 2 rounds? Is that the message he got in his corner?
I don't know. I mean, he listened to his corner, I'm sure. I mean, he might think that Masvidal has to come to him. He might be right. You don't really know.
Well, given what's at stake, you don't want to sit on what you think is a lead.
Yeah.
John, as close as it is, though, it's like still. Is that okay? You know, to just take, you know, it's close.
Well, Maia is still in danger, obviously. And he might feel in danger and just not feel like he's recovered enough to explode and move in for a takedown. And Masvidal's been tagging him, especially that knee.
It's pick your poison with Jorge Masvidal on the feet. Power in all limbs.
I mean, there you go. There it is. Now here comes the attempt. Nice high cross by Maia.
Jumps on him.
But again, look, Joe, we're at 227 now.
Yep.
The same exact situation as we were in last round if Maia is able to control the second part of the round.
But if he could finish him, this is all mute.
And now you see Masvidal's a little more accepting of just being on the ground than Demian Maia.
Yeah, because he's got some experience in the defense as well, though.
And he's a little tired. Both guys are. They've worked hard.
Joe, you heard the Maia corner earlier reference the fence. How might the fence be used to Maia's advantage as he tries to get a submission?
Well, if Maia can get behind, whoa, he's under the chin here.
And he's just at a bad angle. If he can actually get the back, he can finish this. He was at a bad angle.
He's at a bad angle, and Masvidal realized it. It can keep him from rolling away, and he's doing that here.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though.
Yeah, this ain't good for Masvidal.
Masvidal's trying to get to his back here. He's trying to get off of Maia to his left to get to his back, which may end up giving up mount.
Well, he's not going to because of the body triangle.
Now he's not going anywhere.
The only thing about the body triangle here is that Damian has to elevate his hips so that the weight isn't on the left side. So the way it is right now, you can't really squeeze down as well because it puts too much pressure on the foot and the ankle. So he could do 2 things. He'd either let that go and go to full hooks, or he could switch the body triangle. But he might not feel confident enough in controlling him to let that go.
But defense 101 in that body triangle for Jorge Masvidal is to get the foot on that side.
Yes, he's done the perfect thing. But Demian might move over to the mountain here.
So less than a minute now to go. You got to think UFC welterweight champ Tyron will be back in studio, an interested observer here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, look, it's a very interesting fight because of the fact that Demian is a specialist and because of the fact that Jorge is so crafty. And you get to see a guy survive Demian Maia. You don't really see that too often. No. Most guys, they get taken into that deep water and then they drown. But Jorge is surviving and he's talking trash to him while Damian's beating him up. Only 20 seconds to go.
Nelson, last guy to take Maia the 15-minute distance.
Oh, he's got him flattened out now, though. This is a bad position for Jorge Masvidal, but not much time.
But in terms of damage, I still feel as though Masvidal did more damage in this entire fight.
I agree with you.
Well, we talk about Demian Maia's striking defense, but he only landed 3 significant strikes tonight. Decided advantage for Masvidal on the feet. And this welterweight title eliminator goes the distance. Gamebred raises his hands, thinks he's done enough. Same can be said for Demian Maia. Number 3 versus number 5 in this UFC welterweight division. The fight replay is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
This was the story of the fight. You know, Demian Maia trying to secure takedowns, get the back and control Jorge Masvidal, and Jorge Masvidal wanted to stand at range of strike. Here you see Demian get to the body lock, take his back, and take him down. Now, into the first round, Jorge Masvidal finds a way to change the position, gets off some really good damage to end the round. So the lasting impression the judges will see is Jorge Masvidal on top. At range, all Masvidal, inside leg kicks. Right here through the knee, but the elbow was the telling strike in that exchange. Again, inside leg kick. Demian Maia staggering a little bit. Body kick, big kick in the third round by Masvidal. But after a while, Demian Maia goes for his shot, high crotch, elevates the leg, runs into Jorge Masvidal. Once he's on the ground, he controlled the rest of the fight. Every round broke down into 2 parts. 2.5 minutes for Masvidal, 2.5 minutes for Maia.
Well, no fighter in the last 3 or 4 years has had as much success on the feet against Demian Maia as Jorge Masvidal did tonight. It remains to be seen as to whether or not he has done enough to take Maia's spot in the top 3 and potentially secure that elusive first UFC title shot. The official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Jeff Mullen scores the contest, 29-28, Maia. Aladdin Martinez scores the contest, 29-28, Masvidal. And Sal Diamano scores it, 29-28, for the winner by split decision, Demian Maia.
I'm here with the winner, Demian Maia. First of all, Demian, congratulations. You faced a very crafty, very skillful opponent. Was there anything in this fight that surprised you?
Very much. I thought he was easier to take down, and he was easier to submit. But actually, he's one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters that I ever fought in the UFC.
Now, when it comes to scoring a fight like this, it can be very difficult. One fighter was dominating the stand-up aspect of the fight. You got it to the ground, and you were able to dominate that aspect of it. Were you concerned when the judges were reading the decision?
No, I thought I was winning because he didn't really dominate stand-up. He was more like even, and on the ground, I was totally dominating him. So I thought, you know, was a right decision.
Now, what did you just say to Dana White? You went over and you said something to him. What did you just say?
I said it to Dana, 7 in a row, the Brazilian with most wins in the UFC, 3rd of all times. I want to fight for the title. He said, you got it. Thank you, Dana.
He said, you got it. All right, so the next time we see you in this octagon, you'll be fighting for the UFC welterweight title against Tyron Woodley. Give us your thoughts on that.
Finally, thanks God. It's just a dream come true, you know. I've been working so hard for that. And of course, I want to come here and submit all my fights like I did in my last fight. Today I wasn't able, but The crowd in Dallas was great, you know, in the street this week. Everybody was so great here in Texas. Thank you very much, guys, for the support. You guys are great. Everybody said to me that Texas is a great place, and, you know, I'm sure about that right now.
Congratulations on your victory. Congratulations on your upcoming title shot. And I look forward to seeing you fight for the World Championship. Demian Maia, ladies and gentlemen.
19th UFC win for Demian Maia. That post-fight interview was brought to you by Alien Covenant. From 20th Century Fox, director Ridley Scott returns to the Alien franchise with his most terrifying creation ever, Alien Covenant. Experience the fear in IMAX May 19th. And for Gamebred Masvidal, last 4 losses in the UFC by split decision. Demian Maia presumed to fight